Oh, man. Where do I begin? I had a whole video recorded earlier today talking about the Drake versus Kendrick joint and some of my thoughts. This was at around the time where 616 in LA dropped, and I'm like, all right, I'll say my thoughts about 616, and then I mentioned some other things. But then after, I recorded that video, got home, started chilling. Then I'm on YouTube. Guess what? Drake dropped a diss track. He dropped his response. Family Matters. Then I listened to that. I'm like, okay, this is crazy. This is insane. Like, I didn't expect Drake to drop his response so soon, but he did. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'll listen to the track. I'll give my thoughts in a minute about that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I listened to that, started chilling, prodding around social media, going on YouTube. Go back on YouTube, and there's another response. This time it's from Kendrick. This has been an insane day. I've never seen anything like this. I'm trying to wrap my head around what the hell is happening. Like, this is like, whoo. Like, a lot of the things that I said in my last video, I feel like I have to kind of like revert and kind of like go in a whole nother direction. First off, let me just say this. I have been super critical of Kendrick Lamar. And it's not really because of him mainly. It's more so because of his fans, or I should say more specifically his stans. The way how they put him on a pedestal, they make him seem to be much more than what he actually is, in my opinion. And I feel like I don't really see that with him. He is a great artist, but the way how a lot of people put him on such a pedestal, like he's just this like grand savior of hip hop, or he's like this, second coming of Christ. Like, it's just, and he kind of plays into it too. It annoys me. So I do look at Kendrick from a kind of like a different lens from what I do Drake. I do like both artists, but when it comes to especially Kendrick specifically, I have been critical of him, especially in these past few years. But I gotta give him my kudos, man. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Kendrick did the goddamn thing. When Euphoria dropped, I said that the song was cool, but I felt like the approach was off. And I felt like it was more like, if it was a warning shot, then I said that I would not be as critical towards Kendrick and, the song Euphoria. I would cut him a lot of slack if it was a warning shot. But now when I look at it as a whole, I'm like, yeah, Kendrick got it, man. Like, what Kendrick did, Euphoria was just like, that was the appetizer. Then when he came out with 616 in LA, I was like, yeah, this is the Kendrick that I want. This is the Kendrick that I want. And the funny thing about that was, in my last video, I said that he needs to drop another one as like on the same level as 616 in LA, but like maybe go one step further. And guess what? He did it. He actually did it. Meet the Grams is insane. Like, that is the nail in the coffin for me. To me, Kendrick bodied Drake. It's over. I don't know how Drake is going to respond to this. I don't know if he's going to drop a response this fast. I think that Drake is going to drop another one now that seeing that Kendrick just dropped Meet the Grams. But I just don't see how Drake could come back with anything that's on the same level of what Kendrick did. Like I said before, I got to give my credit to Kendrick, man. I always like Kendrick as an artist. He's great at what he does, man. But like I said, I've been super critical of him. But when it comes to this, I tip my hat, man. I'm like, yo, you got it. And this is what I was looking for with Kendrick. This is what I was like, yes, this is it. This is what he's capable of. This is him at his finest. And with 616 in LA, and then following up with the Meet the Grams joint, he like basically wrote a letter to his parents, dropped some dirt on like Drake taking perks and like, oh man, yeah. It's a wrap for dude, man. It's a wrap for dude. And I think I'm going to drop this video first, but then I'm going to drop the other one that I recorded earlier, just so that you can hear my thoughts. Because a lot of what I said in that previous video, I still feel that way. I'm not going to get into too much what I talked about in that video here. But yeah, when it comes to like this battle, I think Kendrick got it, man. Just especially with me, I can't get over this Meet the Grams joint, man. It had like this very chilling vibe, especially with the beat. Is a very like haunting vibe, and the way how he wrote the letter to eat like his dad, and he went to his mom, and then he wrote a letter to Aubrey, and then a lot of the shit that he was saying, like dropping a lot of like dirt on like Drake, and like, yeah, this was kind of like, this is like Kendrick's ether moment. Like this is, yeah. Kendrick got it, and this is what I was looking for. Now we got to go to Drake's side because he did drop his diss too. I think with Family Matters, I like it too. And this is not like, it's not to say that like Drake didn't drop, a dope diss track, because I think his diss track is dope. But like when you compare it to what Kendrick did, the two disses that Kendrick just dropped, it's not even close. It's not even close. I think with Family Matters, this is probably the best that you're going to get out of Drake. Unless he's going to just reveal some top secret shit that nobody didn't find out. And then he's going to just go like Super Saiyan level 5 on everybody. But I just think that with Family Matters, that's the best you're going to get out of Drake. But when it comes to that track, I like it. It's a lot like Euphoria. It has the beat switches. It's like basically it's a 7-minute song, but you have to look at it in 3 different segments. The first part is more like, it's kind of like more like a continuation of Push-Ups because the beat sounds like very much the same and he's saying a lot of the same things. He's even spitting in the same kind of flow. And but it cuts off. Because when that first part started playing, I'm like, is he going to do the push-ups kind of thing again? And I was just like, I don't know if this is it, man. But then it cuts off right at the right moment. I'm like, oh, okay, we get serious. And then it cuts to the second part where he starts going in. And it's dope. To me, it's dope, man. Like, Drake, I don't think he's no slouch. But people are not going to give him the credit because of, Culture Vulture stuff. I go into that in my prior video. You will see that soon. But the second part was pretty much like the meat and potatoes of this Family Matters track. And like I said, it's a solid diss. Drake, he's more of like a presentation guy because it's a whole video. It's not just, okay, let me just drop the diss song, put a picture, overlay on it and then upload it to YouTube. It wasn't that. It was a whole video, like a whole cinematic video. Like the first part is, you see the van getting picked up in the construction yard. I like that. I like the visuals of it all. And then at the last part, he goes to the Chinese restaurant that Kendrick talks about, the Ho King in Toronto, and he's eating dinner with some of his crew, and he's saying some shit there. But I think the whole video was dope. How he did it, it was dope. I like it. I like the visuals. He had the lyrics in the video. I think it's a solid diss when you just look at it on its own. But when you compare it to what Kendrick did, man, it's not even close, man. And when I listened to Family Matters, I went back to listen to 616 in LA just to see, I was like, Family Matters is dope, but let me go back and listen to 616 again. And when you listen to the two, like technically, when you look at it from a lyrical level, like when you look at the syllables and the like the way how Kendrick is flowing in 616 and the way how Drake is flowing. I think Drake is he's much more of a simple, more kind of rapper, but Kendrick, he really gets down with the, you know, with the double entendres and the way how he flowed. And if you know about bars and you're an MC, like you're definitely going to appreciate what Kendrick did, especially with the last two joints. And like I said before, with Euphoria, now looking at Euphoria as just on its own, then it's like kind of weak. But then when you look at it as a whole, you're like, oh, okay. Because Euphoria, it makes sense now. Because Euphoria was like the warning shot. He was just alluding to a lot of things, Euphoria. Then 616, that's where he got into like the meat, right? And then when he dropped the Meet the Grams joint, this is where he cut deep. It was, and like the whole vibe of the song was deep. That's why I liked it the most, because it was the beat, his tone, like the way how he came off, and then the letter he wrote to his dad, his mom. He was saying some deep shit about Drake, and that's what I was looking for. And like I said, I gotta tip my hat to Kendrick, man. Yo, Kendrick, you did the damn thing. I'm like, yo, he did the damn thing. I gotta put my hands up, man. Like I'm a Kendrick fan, man. I'm not no Kendrick hater or anything like that, but I got to give credit to where credit is due. Meet the Grams, 616. Kendrick, it's a wrap. And like I said before, I don't think that Drake could come back with a stronger response than Family Matters. I think that what we heard from Drake with Family, that's the best that he's going to ever get to. And whatever diss track he drops is going to be on the same level as that. But when you compare it to the two other tracks, I don't even include like Euphoria. Even though they're all, you got to look at them all as a whole. But like just the 616 and the Meet the Grams, which is my favorite one. It's yeah. So Kendrick did the damn thing, but yeah, man, it's been a crazy day in hip hop, man, and this is something that has to go down in history. Now, in my prior video, I talked about, you know, how people are kind of taking it outside of just the battle. People are talking about, oh, this is a shift in hip hop culture, and this is a shift in blah blah blah, but I think now when I hear this Meet the Grams joint, how everything kind of played out today, like just shit dropping back to back. And it's kind of funny too, because when this shit first started, everybody was talking about, okay, when is Drake going to respond? Like everybody was putting Drake on the clock. Then when Drake responded, everybody putting Kendrick on the clock. And now it's so funny that today was the day where both of them decided, okay, we just going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth nonstop. And just have the internet going absolute batshit. And it's just wild how that all played out. But like looking at it now, I've never seen anything like this. Like in all the like, you know, battles that I've experienced, you know, between the Jay and the Nas's and even the Pusha T's and the Drakes and the Meek Mill and the Drake and all the other battles in the past, this is monumental. And I'm just talking about just for this battle here. And just looking at it now, like seeing all of this play out, I'm not going to say that, oh, it's a shift in hip hop. Hip hop is going to change. But now I'm starting, like now when I look at this, I'm like, this day has to go down in history as one of the wildest days in hip hop history. Like this has to go down as, to me, like right now, maybe I'm speaking in the moment. Maybe I'm just caught up in the moment right now, but I don't know, man. Like when I look at all of this, you have to put this down as one of the greatest hip hop battles ever. Even if you believe that Drake got destroyed by Kendrick or vice versa, you may believe that Kendrick got destroyed by Drake, even though I don't see it at this point. But, you know, you do have your people that do think that. But I do think that when you look at this battle, like to me right now, like I said, maybe I'm speaking in the moment, but I think that, you know, this is going to go down as one of the greatest hip-hop battles we've ever seen. Oh, man. And I don't even think that it's over. It is the craziest part. I don't even think that it's over. I think that Drake is going to drop another one, and I don't know if Kendrick is going to drop another one after this. I don't think he doesn't even need to drop another one. But if he is, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. But I think Drake is going to drop one more, and then the dust is going to settle. And in the end, to me, I think Kendrick won, hands down. It's not even close. Like, before, when Euphoria dropped, I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's cool, you know what I mean? But I just felt like the approach was off. And then, but then now, like, this happened, I'm like, my whole, like, just thoughts just made a complete 180, and not even a day. Not even a day, man. But yeah, man. I'm very proud of Kendrick, man, because this was something that I've been asking for Kendrick in a while. And one of the things that I didn't like about Kendrick was he goes into like this weird sort of thing where he just does this weird, goofy shit. And it just feels like he's trying a little bit too hard, especially in a lot of his songs. And I'm like, yo, man, like when he does that, I'm like, come on, man, this is not it. This is not it. But when he raps, like when he's on his thing, like he is that dude. And with Meet the Grams and with 616 in LA, like this is Kendrick at his finest. This is what I've been asking for. This is what I'm like, yo, yeah, he got like, and he did the damn thing. But I don't want to not give Drake credit either, because I do feel like Drake did a good job. Push-ups, I mean, looking back at it, I don't really like push-ups all too like that, to be honest with you. I feel like I really like the beat, and then, all the stuff that he was saying. Like when push-ups first dropped, I thought it was AI just because of the delivery, and then just, I don't know, it kind of felt too on the nose for me. And I heard a lot of Drake AI songs in the past. And when I heard the push-ups joint, I'm like, the way how he came off, it kind of sounded like one of those Drake AI tracks. Just the stuff that he was saying, I just felt like it was a little bit too on the nose. Maybe that's just me, but even listening to it now, it's just, and then especially with the drop giving me 50, it was really corny at the end. Drop, it gave me 50, drop. Like, I was like, But then the tailor-made freestyle, like, I'm sorry. I like the tailor-made freestyle. I know a lot of people hate it because of the whole AI thing, but I thought when he did the whole tailor-made freestyle, I like the beat. Him, sounding like Tupac, and him sound like Tupac egging on Kendrick, like, come on, man, you got to drop it, man. Like, yo, the West needs you. I thought it was funny, more so than anything. And then, when Kendrick dropped his joint, the Euphoria, at that time, I was like, it's cool, but I kind of felt like Drake had the edge. But then these last two, yeah. So I know I'm repeating myself all over the place. It's been a wild day in hip-hop, man, and I've never seen anything like this. And at the end of the day, man, I do feel like this has to go down in history as one of the craziest days in hip-hop. And it has to go down as one of the greatest things we've ever seen as far as, like, hip-hop battling is concerned. So, and like I said before, this is not over. So I know that Drake is going to drop another one. I don't think he's going to drop it as fast as what has came to be today. But we just got to wait and see. But yeah, man, I guess tell me what you think about it. Do you like what y'all thinking right now? But me, it feels like a lot of my thoughts made a complete 180 just because of what Kendrick did. So I said a lot. I think I got everything that I want to say out my chest, man. And till my next one, man. Till my next one. It may be in a few hours. But yeah, I'm out.